Roger Stone's back in the news just 4 days before he's expected to report to federal prison. The president's longtime bestie and political Svengali says he's praying for presidential clemency. And this morning, as he left the White House for Florida, Donald Trump said he's considering a pardon for Stone.
I'll be looking at it. I think Roger Stone was very unfairly treated, as were many people.
And this afternoon, more news about a one-time Trump ally. Michael Cohen has been transferred back to federal prison in upstate New York. Joining our conversation is our good friend Neil Katyal, former acting Solicitor General, who has argued more than 40 cases before the United States Supreme Court. Neil, I want to get one piece of housekeeping out of the way. You were so right about so many people in my line of work being so wrong, and it was your framing of yesterday's Supreme Court decision saying that no one is above the law, no one's above criminal investigation or prosecution that shaped the path of reporting I went down. And I just want to get you on the record on the decision yesterday and where it takes us from here.
Thank you. I thought yesterday's decision was a remarkable achievement for the rule of law. It's the rule of law coming back. It's the Supreme Court, even with Donald Trump's own appointees saying, look, we don't live in a monarchy. These claims, King George-like claims, are totally wrong. And I think that they have put the courts on a path toward getting this information to the prosecutors, at least in New York, and probably to Congress as well. So I think it was a resounding victory for the rule of law and a thorough repudiation of what Donald Trump has stood for. And look, it's really hard to lose a case in the Supreme Court if you're the president, and Trump manages to keep on doing it time and time again.
So much losing, but as if trying to even the score against the rule of law, Trump today dangling the possibility of a pardon or a commutation over Roger Stone. I was reminded by a former Republican DOJ official that it was Matt Whitaker, I think the Trumpiest, before Bill Barr, the Trumpiest acting AG in Republican political history, who approved the indictment, and Bill Barr, who initially had approved the sentencing for Roger Stone. What would a commutation or pardon signal?
I think it would signal the attempt by Trump to just repudiate the rule of law. I mean, it's ironic that a day after the Supreme Court rules in this way, this is what Trump is thinking about, and it fits his MO. He doesn't care about the law. And the whole essence of the rule of law, Nicole, here is even-handed enforcement of the criminal law. Like, look, you're driving on a highway, you get pulled over, and your first reaction is, why did you pull over that other person who was speeding too? Here, Roger Stone was convicted on all of the charges against him and sentenced to 40 months in prison. And 40, by the way, is the number of years that Donald Trump and Roger Stone go back to being besties. And convicted, and then they try and undo that. The Barr folks try and undo this, the sentencing. They go into court and say, oh, the sentence should actually be less. The career prosecutors all resign in disgust. One of them just testified in Congress that he was pressured to try and drop and lower the sentence recommendations because everyone was, quote, afraid of the president and the like. And now you're seeing the culmination of this, Trump now talking about a pardon, which doesn't meet any of the criteria the Justice Department uses for a pardon. There's no remorse by Roger Stone. There's no case for this. It doesn't meet the DOJ guidelines. It does meet the Trump guidelines, which is you got to be a friend of the president in order to get a pardon, someone like Dinesh D'Souza or Joe Arpaio. But it is sick and it's wrong. And by the way, it's also self-dealing, because Trump himself is implicated in some of this stuff that Roger Stone knows, and the unredacted Mueller report excerpts we've seen suggest that.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.